The Team USA roster has been completed, and a lot of fans have been asking what roles certain players on this roster will have. Well, thankfully, the head coach of Team USA was recently interviewed, and in that interview, he gave us a major update in regards to Jalen Brunson and his role on Team USA. Also, the Knicks were spotted at a Vegas workout for a former Portland Trailblazer. We're going to break down all of this and more today. But before we get started, guys, about 86% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you like content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. Apparently, Jalen Brunson will have a major role on Team USA. Steve Kerr, who's Team USA's head coach, was recently interviewed. And in that interview, he gave a lot of great information about certain players and their role on Team USA. But he gave a great update on Jalen Brunson and his role on Team USA. Now, according to Steve Kerr, he's set to rely on the efforts of Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges heavily. Steve Kerr states the following: "I will definitely go into this competition with a vision of Jalen Brunson taking on a pretty big role, given the way he plays and his success at the FIBA level in past tournaments. There's no question in my mind that Mikal Bridges is also going to be a huge factor for us defensively." This is a major update given to us by the head coach of Team USA and Steve Kerr. Now, mind you, Steve Kerr doesn't have to choose Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges. He has a full roster of a squad of different people he could choose from to rely on. And as you look at this squad, you see names like Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., just to name a few. You have all of those talent level players there. Superstars or near superstars in their own right. Definitely stars. And Steve Kerr openly states that Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges are going to be the two players he's going to lean on most and look for most in these games moving forward because of their experience and because of their winning culture in these type of events. That matters. That means something. And I'll tell you what, if Jalen Brunson is going to be a primary focus of Team USA, his game's going to go from here to here. Anytime a player is the primary focus for Team USA, that player normally takes another step in their game. Not only for Team USA, but also when they play the regular season for their team. So if Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges are going to be the primary two main guys that they look for on offense, and also keys on defense is going to be Mikal Bridges, if that's what you're saying, then it looks like these two players are going to have sensational seasons during the regular seasons for their respective teams. As a Knicks fan, it makes me so happy to hear that in such important games, these are Team USA games, and we have Steve Kerr stating that a current Knick, our primary point guard, the Knicks' Jalen Brunson point guard, to be talked about at this high of a level by a winning coach in Steve Kerr. I don't know about you guys, but hearing that warms my heart. It matters to me, and I think it matters to the league as well. And I think it's going to matter to Jalen Brunson's game because anytime a player hits Team USA, when they go into the regular season for that next season, they always elevate their game. It's like the Team USA training makes them never stop playing basketball. So they carry over that level of competition into the regular season. And they start off the regular season already in a top gear. They don't have to turn on the car. They're already in it and at full force going straight into the season. And I think that level of competition, but also coming into the season that way, I think helps their overall game. And it helps the team as well too, depending on what your role is on that team. And thankfully for us, Jalen Brunson on the Knicks right now is the primary option. He's the must-see star attraction. I don't care if he doesn't have an all-star next to his name yet. He's going to get there very soon. And he's New York City's all-star. So he'll take that, and we'll take that too. Jalen Brunson is the guy that's going to lead the New York Knicks into the future. He's one of the key pieces. So absolutely, it warms my heart to hear that he's also one of the key pieces for Team USA. As we're in the offseason now, a lot of fans have been waiting for the New York Knicks to make more moves. And the New York Knicks are making moves, but it seems they're doing it a little bit quietly. The Knicks apparently attended Ben McLemore's workout in Vegas. And if you heard that name before and it sounds familiar, it should. Like we said before, he is a former Portland Trailblazer. And he had a high upside and a high potential when he came into the league. A lot of players thought, and a lot of people around the league thought, that he was going to be a key piece for a team. Unfortunately, it never panned out for Ben. Chris Haynes of Bleacher Report and Law Murray of The Athletic reported that Ben McLemore, Dion Waiters, and Harry Giles III are among the NBA veterans that are currently hosting workouts in Las Vegas. And according to SNY's Ian Begley, the Knicks were among the teams who attended a private workout for free agents Elise Johnson and Ben McLemore in Las Vegas. And according to Bleacher Report, Ben McLemore hasn't been seen since the 2021-2022 season with the Blazers. So this is what the New York Knicks are doing. They're at Summer League. They're developing some of the undrafted rookies and some of the young kids that they signed. So they're doing that in Summer League. And they're watching who they have there to potentially fill a primary backup forward position and add talent to the roster. But they are also attending Vegas workouts for other NBA players and veterans who are hosting them to see what these players can still do and what they can give their team if added to them right now. So I think this is important to note because a lot of people may be thinking that the New York Knicks are not doing anything in free agency because they haven't really made a move besides Dante DiVincenzo and trading Obi Toppin. Besides those two moves, everything's been a little quiet. Now, there's been a lot of reports linking the Knicks to this certain trade or this particular player, but they're just reports. Nothing has, come to fruition yet from those reports, but it does indicate what the Knicks are doing and where they're looking. And now we have reports indicating that they are at a Vegas workout watching Ben McLemore, a guy who played in China recently. According to Bleacher Report, after going unsigned for the 2022-2023 campaign, Ben McLemore played for the Shandong High-Speed Current of the Chinese Basketball Association. So it's clear he's trying to make a return to the NBA this season, and he's hosting Vegas workouts to hope that certain teams from around the NBA come watch him play, come watch him see what he can do, and hopefully add him to the roster for next season. And I'm sure that the NBA money is a lot higher as well too, so I'm sure that plays a part in regards to why he's trying to make a return to the NBA. But here's the thing. I think the New York Knicks are actually making smart decisions here. They're not pulling the trigger on a superstar trade and gutting their assets, which they could have done multiple times already. There's been reports about it, especially with Paul George, but they didn't do it. So they're not doing that. They look like they're trying to add key free agents and not pay the farm to those free agents either. They're approaching this free agency and trade market very patiently, but it also seems very cautiously. They do not want to make the wrong move or the wrong trade to set the franchise back a decade. We've already seen what that can do, and we've been there before. And I'm sure Leon Rose and company knows that, and they don't want to make that move yet. And on some level, you gotta respect it. I know a lot of people don't like the patience and how long it's taking the Knicks to make a move. They want the Knicks to do something already, make any type of move. You know what? I'll push back against that. I want the Knicks to make a move. I really do. I want a superstar in the Knicks. I really do. But that doesn't mean I want them to swing on any superstar trade because that does not make sense. If you gut your assets to get a player, and then you add him to a team without the other players around him that you're likely going to need to contend in your conference, then what are you doing? It's not helping you, it's hurting you. And the New York Knicks are being smart. If they can't find somebody in free agency or they can't find somebody on the trade market, they're going to go different avenues to try to fill their roster spots. They're looking to Summer League, for instance. Look at Isaiah Roby. He's been named as a potential primary backup power forward to Julius Randle next season. You got other potential free agents out there now, like Ben McLemore, who's hosting Vegas workouts. The Knicks are watching him and seeing what he can do. And maybe if he shows that his level of competition has increased and his level of play has gotten better, especially his defense, which was a primary concern when he was in the league before, if he's cleaned that up and Tom Thibodeau is in favor of him, You can add him to the team and fill that role too. It's on the New York Knicks management and Leon Rose for this offseason to be a success. And in order for that to happen, they need to make key and crucial moves. Now, if no star is available and they can't trade for one, I'm perfectly okay with that because I don't want them to force a trade for something that doesn't exist. I'd rather them be patient in that regard than force something to happen that shouldn't happen. But I don't want them to be so patient that they miss opportunities. There's a good balance that's happening here, and I hope this balancing act leads to an actual move that we can be proud of. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.